this decision?
Based on the conditions of the wicket today and the weather, we felt it's most safer for our guys to come try to do their thing.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Didier,
Yes, sir.
you lost the toss.
Yeah.
If you had won the toss, what would you have done?
Bat fast, of course. So I wanted to bat fast because the weather is not good, but we'll try to manage it. So it is good. It is good pitch to bat on. So we try to set. We try to set high score as possible.
You talk about high score. What kind of score do you want to post?
Yeah, above 130, we be defendable.
All right, you've heard from the captain of Nigeria and you've heard from the captain of Rwanda. He wants to set a score of 1 so that they can come back in the second innings and defend it. Ladies and gentlemen, the die is cast. The stage is set for a repeat of what happened on the opening day. This is the West Africa Trophy, proudly sponsored by Dafabet.
Clearly, you saw proceedings from the toss. It's 11 a.m. start. Maximum overs per team is 18. So we're playing 18 overs. We've lost 2 overs. So the weather affects session to end at 17 p.m. Of course, interval has been reduced to 10 minutes. 3 bowlers will bowl 4 each, while 2 bowlers bowl 3 each. And power plays will be 5 overs. Here at the Comsbox today, we're going to be hearing plenty of voices. And with me this morning to start the show is Shenwa Chidagba, the man at the middle. That's the team list for Rwanda. Didier with captain the side as usual. Emmanuel Sebareme, Eric Hamza Khan, the man with double figures in board games. The past 2 days he's been in form, hopefully carries them on. Kabare, the big hitter, and been very useful with the ball as well. Oscar Martin Akayezu, the man who's been very useful at the back end. And of course Mohamed Nadir, a left arm spin attack, been very, very useful. Ochide, the man with most runs for Rwanda. Rukiriza, Emile, and Zape. Michael not left out of business. We'll hope that they put the Nigerians under pressure for the start. It's Captain Sylvester who won the toss this morning and elected to bowl. That's the Nigerian squad for you, led by Captain Sylvester, Daniel Ajeku, Akere, Danlari, Isaac Okwe, Karim Ridwan, the man who's been the superman on the field, Peter Aho, Paceman Ronshewe, Sheson Adedeji, Taiwo Mohamed, Udekwe Chimele, and Prosper Useni. First one on the gloves, what is it? Big shout there. Amazing start. That one, really quick from Udekwe. Interesting to see. Umpire's not interested, perhaps. A bit of sound there. It's quite hit him on the shoulder, we can see. It's Ochide. Changing batting lineup today. Captain Didier giving Ochide and Eric the responsibility. Real quick. We'll take another wide there. The first wide, first run. Seems to be a bowling pattern here against Ochide. He doesn't like his shot. Udekwe is ensuring hitting the deck really hard. Fans are expected to turn out here for Nigeria in support of their homeboys. It's Udekwe to Ochide. It's Nigerian firepower. Young and energetic. In the airball save. That's Ochide on the mark. Two balls to come from this over. I would go to fine leg. Peter Hall into business here. Still trying to find his rhythm. To Dekwe. Considered 2 off the bat and giving away 1. Total is 3 after 5 deliveries. Big swing. And misses. Ochide looking to go big. Clearly that will be the intention. That batting lineup change is what it calls for. Get it going, put them under pressure. That's the wicket. What it looks like. A bit of cracks there, but some grass on that. Prompting the Nigerian team captain winning the toss and electing to bowl first. It's Peter Hall who will continue proceedings from the pavilion end of this TBS cricket over. Man of the match yesterday. Eric would receive this one from Peter Hall. Giving him room, no contact whatsoever. The Rwandans will have to think about this. Can't leave it too long. Finds a gap between Slip Scotton on the mark. They've played 37 T20 internationals, won 17 of those, lost 19 with one, no result. Wide ball is a call by the umpires. Just a bit of statistics for you. Sheson Adedeji is the leading run scorer. With 513. No easy call. Brilliant piece of work. Peter Hall, 31 wickets at average of 13.45. Still accumulating them. Too many extras. Perhaps not what Nigerians would want to see at this point. Both teams, this is the second T20 international between both teams. Nigeria drew the first blood the 4th of October. It's 3 days back. And the second one underway between both men's team. Perhaps some tactics here by the Nigerian bowlers, ensuring they use the short pitch delivery against these two. Haven't seen them many times. Good half volley players. And that seems to be what these Nigerian opening bowlers are trying to capitalize on. Push them back a bit and ensure they don't score. Another wide. Perhaps they have to rethink that strategy. The field cheering for more, wanting some more. Peter Hall, we have to stand up and be counted here today for what is known to do consistently. Again, short pitch. Ochide, 1 from 8 deliveries. Eric, 2 from 3. And it's end of the second over. The score is 8 for no loss. There's 16 overs to come in the rain-affected match. That man, Peter Hall, is known to be a wicket taker. He's got a lot on his shoulders. Edo Express, they call him. But he has to bring something to board today. Bowling change. And it will be Taiwo Mohammed from the Court of Appeal end. It's Eric that will take this delivery. Again, nothing has been picked up today. It's all been short pitch deliveries to these two. It seems to me that is the strategy. They will scramble for one. Yes, home safe. This is what the batters will have to think of. You can't sit in there dotting away. Nigerians will be happy if that will be the case through this period. Comes down the line to shorten. Finding the reach. Another dot. Taiwo Mohammed, one of Nigeria's finest left-arm fast bowlers, a product from the under-19s, progressing through for the national team. Big swing. Chide still trying to get going. Not really gotten off the mark. 11 deliveries first. This time, takes that one on the pad. Scrambles for a single. This partnership needs to get going. I bet the fans back home will want something to cheer about. There needs to be some positive mindset. Wheel on leather. Big booming drive. This time coming round there is Sudekwe. Great contact by Eric, and it's end of the third over. The score is 12 for no loss. With these two batting, they have to take it deep. And if they do, they'll find some hope. It's bowling change from the pavilion end. It's Dan Larry Isaac with the ball. For those of you just joining us, it's the West African Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet. Here, organized by the Nigerian Cricket Federation. It's a rain-affected match. Maximum overs expected per team is 18. This will see 3 bowlers bowling 4 and 2 bowling 3 each. Swings and miss. Brave move by the Nigerian captain. This bowling change. No run there. Eric looking too quiet. Can we say too much respect for the bowling side? He needs to get going. Plays and misses that one again. Not reaching that one. He's a tall man. He needs to use his feet. He needs to get closer to it and keep the scoreboard ticking. This time shot in the air. Lands safe. And that's the first boundary. Long awaited one. It's good to see Ochide managing some contact this time. I'm sure he understands what is required. He knows what is expected of him. Might be struggling now, but this young man has got some good runs for Rwanda. Better thinking this time. Was dabbed into slip region. And it's end of the fourth over. It's 18 for no loss. Ajidegba, what do you make of this?
Thank you very much, Endurance FM. Great to be back at the commentary position for match 7, day 4 of the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet, SPORTSBOX, Sparkle, Lagos State Government, Nigerian Cricket Federation. And this is the second encounter between Nigeria and Rwanda. The very first encounter was on the 4th of October, a lovely Wednesday morning, and Nigeria won that game by 54 runs. Change of personnel for both teams from the first game. Appeal by Taiwo Mohammed, who was not considered for that first game. Nigeria won by 54 runs. And the captain of Rwanda, Didier Indikwibumana, has also changed the batting lineup from that first game. Himself and Eric Duzingizimana opened batting, but today he pushed the player who scored the most runs for Rwanda that day, coming in as batter number 4, Ochide Tuizenge, to go and open the batting. An opportunity for a run out, but that opportunity missed, and they would go for 2. Is he gone? From the reaction of the square leg umpire, Taiwo Oladunjoye, Ochide Tuizenge is still very much in the batting crease. That very first game, he scored 24 runs off 27 balls. And a tale of 2 twins officiating. One is Taiwo Oladunjoye, the square leg umpire, while the main umpire is Kehinde Olabiwanu. Oh, shuffled out. They go for 2 and they get a comfortable 2 runs. That's what he has always loved to do. So you can simply say Taiwo and Kehinde are officiating. And they both have something in common. They just recently passed their level 3 CSA umpire course. And we can't but say congratulations to the duo. Taiwo coming from the Court of Appeal end. Oh! Lovely, lovely attempt there from the young star and the captain of the under-19 team, Ridwan Abdul Karim, who made his international debut for Nigeria on October 26, 2021 at the Unila Cricket Oval against Sierra Leone in a bilateral series. And we have come to the end of the 6th over. Fifth over, I beg your pardon. I'm just in a haste to get into the 6th over. Definitely that will come. They are still not out. Ochide Tuizenge, 11 runs off 23 balls, which included 1-4 and a strike rate of 47.83. And Eric Duzingizimana, 7 balls faced, scored 6 runs, 85.71. I'll tell you something about Eric Duzingizimana. While we pride our own Peter Aho as a Guinness World Record holder with 6 wickets for 5 runs in 3.4 overs and 1 maiden against Sierra Leone on October 24, 2021 at the Unila Cricket Oval, Eric is also a Guinness World Record holder. He was in the batting net for 51 hours trying to raise funds. Himself and former captain of the Rwandan female national team, Ketia Uwamahoro. Ketia was in the batting net for 26 hours. Eric was there for 51 hours. And the money they raised was used in building the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. Isaac Danladi. Oh! He finally gets his man. Eric is out for 6 runs. That means Eric was 3 runs short of what he achieved in the first game. Eric has not had a good tournament. In the first game against Nigeria, he scored 9 runs from 22 balls. And today, he has just scored only 6, 3 short of what he achieved on the opening day. First ball of his second over, Isaac Danladi gets his wicket. And in comes the man, Sulaiman Rushenwe, the wicket-keeper of Nigeria. Will be praying that the bowlers get out as quickly as possible. Hamza Khan is the man Endurance mentioned has been having a good tournament in recent times. Hamza Khan is the leading run scorer for batting. 106 runs he has scored in 3 matches. His highest score is 59 and a strike rate of 109.28, which included 6 fours and 8 4 sixes and 8 fours and 150. The appeal is loud, but the appeal fell on deaf ears to Taiwo Oladujoye, who is making his second T20 appearance as an umpire for male. His first T20 debut for male was a game between Nigeria and Syria alone on October 5. So congratulations, Taiwo, and we expect more. The appeal coming loud. Hamza Khan. Following him closely is the wicketkeeper of Nigeria, Sulaiman Rushewe, who has 7 runs short of what Hamza Khan has. But with that 1 run made by Hamza Khan, he should be on 107 now. He's a leading run scorer at this tournament. And they should be happy about that. That they have a leading run scorer and a leading wicket taker. Kabare Kevin Irakoze.
Ajidagba, it will interest you that this tournament is his debut for Rwanda. And yesterday he did thank the Rwandan Cricket Association for the opportunity. The man understands what this is all about. 3 games so far for Rwanda. 106 runs and still counting with a high score of 59. Averaging 35, that's solid in T20 cricket.
Absolutely brilliant endurance. Thanks for that insight. And this was a good over for Danladi Isaac. Just one by 1 wicket also. After bowling 2 overs, is 6 runs for 1 wicket. Ochide, Tuizenge, and Hamza Khan. So Hamza Khan is yet to get off the mark. He's still on his 106 runs. From the Court of Appeal end, Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club captain Isaac Okpe, the elder brother of the captain of the national team of Nigeria, Sylvester. Hamza Khan. We will hope to have a better performance in today's game against Nigeria. The very first game he played against Nigeria, faced 7 balls and scored just 2 runs.
I tell you, Ajidagba, interesting stats here for our viewers. Ochide Tuyisenga has played 55 T20 internationals. Perhaps the man with most caps in this tournament for his country. He scored 991 runs with a high score of 100, average of 19. He's been around for some time. A seasoned campaigner for Rwanda.
Lovely shot. One day knocks him for maximum. First 6 for today. Ochide Tuizenge takes his total runs to 17 runs after facing 28 balls. He started slowly, but he began to build his innings. And the coach of Rwanda, Lee Booth, will be hopeful that Tuizenge remains in the batting crease for a longer time. Better bowling there from Isaac in his first over. After bowling 4 balls, it's considered 7 runs. He will want to reduce the run rate of the Rwandan team. Skies it up. Nobody there. Lovely, lovely attempt. Lovely attempt from Taiwo Mohammed. Don't forget that owing to the rain that happened, we will not see a 20 overs game. It's 18 overs. They are taking those runs, and when the opportunity comes to get a boundary, they go for it. Quite an expensive over for Isaac Standard, and I mean Isaac Okpe, because there are two Isaacs in this team, Isaac Danladi and Isaac Okpe. 9 he conceded with no wicket, and the partnership we are seeing, Ochide Tuizenge and Hamza Khan, have a 10-run partnership from 11 balls, and they will hope to have more. Here comes the youngster we mentioned, the captain of the under-19 team to the Division 1 qualifiers in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, Ridwan Abdul Karim, who made his senior debut on the 26th of October 2021 at the Unila Cricket Oval in a 6-match bilateral series against Sierra Leone. They will get a comfortable 1 run. Good pick-up throw from Akere Isesele. No place. Lovely shot there. Cool as you like, picking it, Peter Ho. No place for Ademola Onikoyi today. No place for Prosper Hussaini, who has missed back-to-back games, but I'm sure he will come back bigger, stronger, and better. Lovely approach from Rwanda in this over, ensuring that every ball counts. Slapping the ball. Good pickup from the Ghana Nigerian, you can say, but hey, he's now a Nigerian. Father is a Ghanaian, mother is a Nigerian. Daniel Agiekum. They are making every run count. One day, lovely attempt, but it's dependent on the decision. Oh, good fielding there from Daniel. Reduces 4 runs to 2 to bring this over to a halt. 7 runs considered in that over. Rwanda are 40 runs for loss of 1 wicket. Ochide Tuizenge has faced 34 balls, scored 22 runs. Hamza Khan has faced 6 balls and scored 5 runs. He is a current leading scorer at this tournament. They will get comfortable 2 runs. Isaac Okwe is back for his second over, coming from the Court of Appeal end. They are on 42 for loss of 1 wicket. The wicket of Eric Duzingizimana. Skies it up. And the wicketkeeper picks it and says to himself, I need to pick this wicket. This is my big contender for batting. And the earlier I get him out, the better for me. He finished on 7 runs. Hamza Khan not having the joy he had yesterday. And when you add the 7 runs he scored today to the 106 he already has, he is on 113 runs. Looks as if heaven wants to open up. But we keep going. The ground staff, hard-working ground staff, are prepping up to run into the field and cover the tough wicket, the surface, which is the most important part on the field. In comes the captain of the side, while fielding questions for me at the toss. Didier Indikwibumana said he wants to score 130 and above. Is that feasible? Time will tell. We are currently in the 9th over. Thank you to all our wonderful viewers all over the globe for watching the West Africa Trophy. Great way to start by Didier. Thank you, board member representing the Southwest and former Nigerian international, former captain of Government College Ibadan Old Boys Cricket Club, who have now delved into umpiring. So you can say he's a man of many parts. Play the game, administering the game, and also serving as an arbiter of the game. Tayo Atoloye. We simply call him Tiloy for short. For all the in-swingers, deeply appreciated. Better bowling from Isaac Okwe. He wants to run. What a missed opportunity there. That was risky between Ochide and Didier. Taiwo tried to send Didier back to the pavilion. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And Didier will remain in the batting crease. In the first game, this Didier opened batting with Eric Duzingizimana, and he faced 22 balls and scored 9 runs. Today is already on 1 after facing 2 balls. We have come to the end of the 9th over. 44 runs for loss of 2 wickets. The current run rate is 4.89, and from what we are seeing, the projected score will be 88. Over to you, Endurance of Fame.
Well, good to see some aggression come into play. We're halfway through this innings. There's 8.5 overs left. Nigeria ensuring to restrict them. But Ochide picking up his pace. 23 of 38 deliveries. Took him a long time to get going. It's Didier who's playing his match number 41. Swinging and missing again. He's had 37 innings. And it is the 38th one. With 457 runs to his belt with a high score of 69. The captain. Big shout by wicketkeeper Aronshewe Sulaiman. Ochide still batting. He understands what was required. Flighted. He goes big, but will only bring in short fine leg into play. Sheson Adedeji, one of the finest Nigeria have had. They have to live up to it. Sitting out today for Nigeria is Ademola Onikoyi and Prosper Hussaini. 12th man, Joshua Asia. Brilliant piece of fielding. Akere introduced today. Isesele. Man filled with plenty of potentials. It's end of the 10th over and it's 45 for 2.
8 more overs to go. They need to pump it up if they hope to achieve the set target by Captain Didier, who said 130 and above. But I'm sure these Nigerian bowlers would not want that to happen. He's back, the bowling machine from the Court of Appeal end. That's what they call him.
That young man Udekwe generating so much pace with not much height. For those who've been around long enough, when you remember Malcolm Marshall, blessed days for West Indies. This time, stand and deliver. It's Didier who goes big and gets his first boundary coming down the line. Amazing response. As the captain wanting more from him with a tap on the shoulder.
What a sheer coincidence. 2 brothers talking to him. You know, this morning at home, I was just ruminating over lots of families that have come to represent Nigeria.
What a ball to respond with.
Yeah.
But Didier handled that nicely.
Assignment for you, endurance on top of your head. The families that have represented Nigeria. We know of the Adegbolas, the Okwes, the Segos,
The Ahunchogos.
the Ahuchogos. Better from Chiemele. Ochide has surpassed his record against Nigeria in the first game by just adding 1 more run to it. In the first game, he faced 27 balls and scored 24 runs.
This time shot and he goes big. The man coming around, but this will be safe. He understands the strategy and he has to devise a means. The Nigerians bowling Shot to him. Haven't studied him long enough.
And you know the sheer coincidence? The sheer coincidence, endurance, is that in the first game, Chiemele Udekwe, who won the player of the match and becoming the first player in the history of this tournament to win the player of the match, was the one who got the wicket of Ochide to Izenge.
Slower delivery in the air. He dives. Slower delivery. What a way. Ochide fell to that one after working so hard. Working really, really hard.
Endurance, I think you should be honorable enough to give me some thumbs up. I just mentioned something that happened in the first game, and a repeat of that just happened.
Ajidagba, you know, no one can take that away from you. Where your strengths are, they stay there. I give you ups for those ones. Trust me.
Endurance, you also have done excellently well in cricket for you to be able to smell your rose.
Well, I'll tell you what, the groundsmen
Yeah,
checking out the weather there. It's been
Fantastic,
windy
guys.
here. The clouds are darkening up a bit. They're hoping it blows over. That's Nosa and Francis.
Atexega, Nosa Agbonanegbe from Nigeria, and Francis Atexega from Uganda. These guys work their socks up. A long list of them, Abu, Mark, Monsura, you know, a long list in ensuring that I've always said that ground staff are like teachers. They prepare students to become who they are. If this cricket pitch is not ready for a game by the ground staff, nobody comes here to come and play cricket. So
I think they love what they do, and I must give it up to
Absolutely.
them. You know,
Absolutely.
the sacrifices they're making, and since this wickets were put together,
oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. We have left the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval, the lawn tennis court, the race course, the cars moving, area view of everything around TBS.
just to remind people, Lagos is a good place to be.
Center
The
for
coastal
excellence.
region. It's also a coastal region. We have the Ekpe, Badagry, beautiful places to see, historical features of Nigeria.
All right, for the fours, the players that have scored the most fours, Lunshewe Sulaiman of Nigeria, 11 fours he got. Daniel Ajekum, 9. Hamza Khan, who has just lost his wicket, 8. Alusin Toure of Sierra Leone, 5. And Shesan Adedeji of Nigeria, the man with most runs, 4. And for sixes, he has to come down to Kabare Kevin Irakoze of Rwanda.
It's over number 12, and as the captain, Sylvester Okwe, who takes it from the pavilion end. You can call this the battles of captain. It's Didier versus Sylvester.
Oscar Manishimwe.
I'd like to bow to you, captain. Perhaps something Sylvester wants. Scrambling around that one.
Absolutely. And when you say that name, Manishimwe, the Ishimwe, you just take it out and look no further than one of the best female cricketers in Africa, Henriette Ishimwe.
Another family business there.
Yeah.
He comes around
Go for
quickly,
two.
run out opportunity. And it's gone. Unbelievable. Great piece of fielding there. Great throw from the boundary. And quick hands there by Captain Sylvester Okwe.
Brother helping brother.
You can say that again. What a way to go out. The man there filled with potentials, but would have to walk. Manishinwe Oscar will be departing without facing a delivery. I was painful.
Andy, was he a risky run to take?
I'll tell you what. Perhaps they should have checked out the fielder from the boundary. It was going straight to him. Now you have the beauty of Lagos in front of you, all around the racecourse and the TBS Cricket Oval. There you have the lawn tennis, you have the stadium, the football stadium there, and here we have the cricket pitch, just around the same racecourse area.
In comes Emmanuel Sebareme. Nothing happened. Square leg umpire was on the verge of coming to fix the stumps, but the wicketkeeper said, "Don't worry, I'll do it for you. Don't stress yourself."
Sebareme in this game will be playing his match number 45 with 41 innings, plenty of runs behind him. 727. I beg your pardon, 752. Also a leading wicket taker with 41 wickets. Best bowling figures 3 for 11. But at the moment, he has a lot to do with the bat for Rwanda.
In that first game, he faced 10 balls and scored 7 runs. Didier just got to that number he achieved in the first game against Nigeria, which was 9, and he will want to have more. Peter Aho has left the pavilion end and gone to the Court of Appeal end to bowl from that place where he would find some joy. He's a man with lots of potentials. Good way to start for Peter Aho. It's Didier and Emmanuel batting. Yes, they take those risks. It's quite needed. We are currently in the 13th over. Peter versus Didier. Oh, good shot there. Shuffles out. What was he thinking about? Wow! This is unbelievable. How did Peter miss that golden opportunity? He seems to be the only one that can explain. Didier was gone. Break in communication between himself and Emmanuel. But Peter just gave Didier another life.
That was uncalled for, unnecessary run. I thought it came down the wicket and hit that one through 2 covers. The man in the deep picked up nicely. He has to watch carefully. Not quite an impressive sight to see. The showers coming down again. Ground staff waiting. Not what the fans out here want to see.
More importantly, that it's a weekend and quite a lot of people will be around to see games. They've been starved of their national team.
Brilliant shy or misses that one. I think this Nigerian side have improved fielding wise.
Absolutely. Credit must go to their coach.
We've seen some brilliant catching. The technical bench of the Nigerian side working really hard to ensure these players get all the support. Have to get some medical support. Is the captain.
He seems to be back on his feet. He's a very strong man. And while they're working on the captain, the other captain and his teammates were having a tete-a-tete. Didier and Emmanuel.
It's a hole. Brilliant to see.
Yet to get a wicket today.
Didier looking solid actually.
Absolutely.
Thought he's played some fine shots. He just needs to find the rhythm, ensuring he gets off strike. And once you keep rotating the strike, then you get that rhythm to pick the boundary balls. At the moment, it's just been either dot balls or they're going hard at the bowling. But so far, it's good to see that he's not shaken by this bowling attack of Nigeria.
57 runs for loss of 4 wickets. After 13 overs, 5 more overs to go. Back at the pavilion end is captain Sylvester Okpe. Great start for him. In his second over. Would they run? Yes, they do. And they still go for another. 1 became 2. Great thinking there from the 2 batters of Rwanda, Emmanuel and Didier. Taking advantage of the slight sloppiness from the Nigerian fielders, what we were not used to seeing from them. But like they say, it does happen. Oh, good shot. Good shot. Quite ingenious. Genius from Emmanuel Sebareme. For that 4 runs. Taking his tally to 8 runs from 7 deliveries. Match boundaries for today. Skies it up. Just 1. We'll get to tell you more about the match boundaries for today from 4 runs. Yes, for today, match boundaries 3, we've seen 4s and 1 6. And the entire tournament will also tell you much later. For the entire tournament, we've seen 86 4s and 26 6s.
Big sweep comes into play. Again, it's Didier who was taken on the captain of the Nigerian side, Sylvester Okpe. Emmanuel, plenty of runs behind him. He goes big, but the man in the deep comes into play. It's Cecile Akere, the man who replaces Unikoya Demola. Should be batting on the top order. And it's end of the 14th over. Score is 66 for 4. 4 overs left in this innings. The weather clearing up again. We will have some cricket today. The gods are happy with us.
No, I think it behoves on us to continue to say, God, we thank you. While we are thanking our sponsor, our biggest sponsor is God Almighty, who has ensured that we see game of cricket. And for the bowling for Nigeria, Chiemele Udekwe has got 1 wicket, Isaac Danladi has got 1, and Okpe Isaac has also got 1 wicket. That's how things have panned out. And for the batting, is out already. Ochide Tuizenge, 27 runs, the leading run scorer. Following closely is Didier and Emmanuel Sebareme. Taiwo Mohammed bowling is third over of the 2 overs he bowled. He considered 8 runs and is still in search of his first wicket.
Big booming swing. Interesting to see this. Smiling. Really wants in the best of Taiwo Mohammed.
I think we also need to commend the Nigerian Cricket Federation under the leadership of Mr. Uyi Akpata for the development of players. I'll share something with you. Lovely shot. Just 1. Can they go for 2? Just 1. Taiwo Mohammed recently was in South Africa in an academy to learn more about the game of cricket. Just like we had the trio of Sheson Adedeji, Sylvester Okpe, and Isaac Okpe all going to South Africa for 1 month to learn more about the game of cricket. I'm sure this gesture that these 4 got will definitely go around to some other players. And that's one of the many things the Federation is doing to develop their players.
Slower delivery, that one. These two would perhaps play themselves 2 or 1 more time in this tournament before heading to Namibia in November, where they will be competing against the top guns in Africa: Zimbabwe, Namibia, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania for 2 spots in the ICC Cricket World Cup.
Missed opportunity again for Taiwo. The question is, when will Taiwo get this wicket? Good over from Taiwo Mohammed. Has only considered just 2 runs. Current partnership. Emmanuel Sebareme is on 100% strike rate. 11 runs, 11 deliveries. Didier, captain, 16 balls faced, scored 10 runs. They want to go for 2. They are charging at them. What was he thinking of? That was brilliant. Didier has himself to blame.
I don't understand it.
I
can't understand it. I'm trying to get over it. You're batting nicely. You're taking singles. Emmanuel can bat. You just need to run when you should run. That's the second run out today.
But more importantly, endurance. He got out of jail from that over of Peter Aho, where he should have run him out. But that did not happen. He survived that, and this one was even needless. The overs were there for him to finish up, but unfortunately, I think Didier just said to himself, I need to go and meet my teammates quickly at the pavilion.
Well, this might be a blessing because for Kabare to be strolling in with 3.1 overs left, he should have batted when you have about 10 overs. He has something in him. It might be a blessing in disguise, but let's see what this come with.
And you talk about Kevin Kabare Irakoze, the player of the match in the game Rwanda surprisingly lost in the super over against Ghana. Jersey number 77, the man with the most wickets in this tournament. 7 wickets, no maiden, maximum 4 wickets he got, and has an economy rate of 7.00. Taiwo Mohammed versus Kevin. Kevin can't see anything, goes on his knees like praying to God. I need runs.
Well, he's always gone after the first deliveries, irrespective of who he's facing, and that's what he's used to. It's end of the 15th over, and it's 69 for 5. 3 overs left. Perhaps they need to think about this. Anything from here will become very, very useful for Rwanda.
And Endurance, our production team have just put up this on the screen for you to see that 2 overs that they will be very glad about is the 7th over and the 14th over, where they both scored 9 runs respectively. What a sheer coincidence. 7th over, 9 runs. 14th over, another 9 runs. And another over that was good for them is 11th over, though they lost a wicket. They scored 8 runs. That's how things are. Emmanuel Sebareme is on 100% strike rate. Good way to start from Isaac Okwe coming from the pavilion end. From Nigeria, we'll take you to India, and our eye in India is Agarese, who should be keeping us up to speed. The game between South Africa and Sri Lanka. Agarese should be keeping us up to speed about what's happening there. We know Temba Bavuma didn't last in the batting crease. Van der Dusen and Quincy de Kock, what's happening to them? Are we going to see a Devon Conway and Ravindra partnership? Plays it up. What a lovely attempt. Wow. That was brilliant of Peter Ho. That was looking like 6. Stopped it. And Kevin is unhappy with Emmanuel that we should have gone for at least 1 more run. We are currently in the 16th over. Plays it up again. No man's land. Wow. This is totally unacceptable. How do you explain this? How do you explain this? Ridwan throwing the ball to the wicket keeper, but not aiming at the wicket keeper to give one extra life to Kevin Irakoze. 72 for 5. 15.5 overs. One more good ball and would have come to the end of the 16th over. And his wicket is gone finally. Let's head straight to India, venue for the Cricket World Cup that is going on. Africa's sole representative, South Africa, 4-time semi-finalists are in action. Agarese will be keeping us up to speed about what is happening in that game. Over to you, Agarese. Good morning.
Good morning, Shehu.
I need you to speak audibly. I know how you speak to me.
All right, thank you. Well, from what we can see, South Africa is on top with just the loss of 2 wickets, and they have a total of 226 runs in 32.2 overs. Van der Dusen is already on 98 runs for 101 balls. So yes.
So that means Quincy de Kock is gone.
Yes,
So
unfortunately.
the 2 opening batters are gone. Quincy de Kock and Temba Bavuma, the captain of the side. So we now have Van der Dusen and Makram. Is it Makram?
Yes.
Yeah. So Makram is on how many runs?
9 runs in 10 balls.
Based on what you have seen, Agari say, what is the projection you think South Africa can achieve?
I'll say over 300 runs.
Wow.
Yes.
And do you think South Africa can get one over Sri Lanka? I was looking at their head-to-head. I think they've met about 6 times. South Africa have beaten them like 4 times or 5 times. Sri Lanka have won 1 and they've been
Just
1 tie.
one,
Yeah.
yes.
So what, you think this will continue, or it might just be what we say in Edo, Agbe Mugbe, you kill me today. As in we have to get this one over them.
Well, hopefully not. I do hope not for their sake, because I'm definitely supporting South Africa.
Okay, you're supporting South Africa. So we'll be expecting more feeds from you. Agari, say thank you very much. As
Thank
we
you,
go back
Shane.
to the West Africa Trophy. Chiemele Udekwe strikes and says to Emmanuel Sebareme, enough of you. Walk back to the pavilion. 74 for 7. 16.1 overs gone. We are currently in the 17th over. Once again, to our creator, we are grateful and will remain grateful for this weather. It was looking as if heavens were going to come down, but our biggest sponsor, Almighty God, has said, my children, I will allow you to enjoy the game of cricket. We don't want any game to be washed out. We have 20 matches in 10 days, Andy, and we want to have matches played by this team so that they can have a feel of quality cricket.
Well, Ajidagba, I must tell you, we've been lucky, and that's what it is. From here at the TBS Cricket Over, is Martins and Mohamed Nade that will start to seek another partnership. Dekwe goes short again. Big arms, Daniel Ajekun. Dekwe enjoying his moment. The strategy today has paid off. Clearly seems the Rwandans don't like the short pitch deliveries. And the Nigerians have utilized those. Rock solid, but no run. Nadia, the left hammer. Did a lot to pull the game back against Ghana 2 days back. And I'm certain he'll be very useful today with the ball. But at the moment, it's Udekwe from the Court of Appeal end. Big booming swing. Misses that one. Plenty of energy here. A wicket and a run from this over so far. 2 balls left. To Dekwe, who continues as an aggressive fellow and will push really hard, get him some life from this wicket. Back foot shot. Fielder comes around this time, finds the gap, and that's the boundary for Nadir.
Brings the total to 77 for lots of 7 wickets, and in this match they've had 3 fours. The tournament boundary is 87 fours and 26 sixes. I wish I could go back to how many fours we've had in today's game.
Brilliant drive. This time would run the first one hard. They want a second opportunity.
Gone.
And it's gone. On call for again. This run out. He wanted to bring Nade back on strike, but wasn't quick enough. It's end of the 17th over, and it's 82 for 7. We are into the last over of this innings.
And the answer, I think the person who lost his wicket was Martin Akayezu. Nadir is still very much around.
The plan was to get him on strike. But I don't understand what that was. That was the last ball. Two wickets in 2 overs. Always going to slow things down.
And the 16th and the 17th over have a bit of similarity. 5 runs were scored in those overs, and they had 1 wicket that they lost in those overs. The last over?
I think Rwanda haven't quite paced themselves well. Clearly, the strategy was set from the get-go by Nigeria, using the short pitch deliveries against Eric. Sorry, I beg your pardon. They are unable to just get going. A big booming shot. Unbelievable. Zapping or holding back. Isaac Okpe being at the receiving end.
That's Zapi Bimeimana. And this is a sharp contrast to what we saw of Zapi in the first game. He scored 1 run, faced 4 balls before he got out. But today, the reverse is the case. Just flip it.
400% strike.
Absolutely.
Strike rate. The second ball to Zapi. He goes big again, this time in the air, but looks like would drop shots. Run out opportunity. Brilliant run in between the wicket. 2 runs there. It's 4 balls left in this innings.
Zapi is really comfortable with Isaac based on the present situation that we are seeing.
He gets his man. Always going to concede before getting wickets, Isaac. But eventually he gets his man. It's T20 cricket. You expect that every delivery. Nobody's going to stick around and let you dominate without giving a fight. And that's what we saw Zappi doing. 6 runs in 3 deliveries and a wicket for Isaac Okpe. Power on. There's 3 balls left in this over.
Rukiriza Emile, last batter. He will not face the number of balls he faced in the first match. He faced 6 balls and scored 2 runs. He has just 3 more to face. They keep missing those opportunities.
Well, at this stage, everything matters. Every run counts. And this time, it's Mohamed Nade who will be facing the 5th delivery from Isaac Okpe of the final over. Slower delivery this time. Swings and miss.
They are on 89. One thing is for sure, the 130 target set by Captain Didier Indikubumana would not happen. But they will say to themselves, we have scored more runs than when we played a 20 overs game against Nigeria in the first game. They were all out in 18.1 overs and they scored 73 runs. But today they are on 89. And I think that's an improvement based on the reduced overs that we also had today.
What a way to end the innings. This time, slower delivery. Nadia got hold of that one. And that's a big boundary. It's 95 runs at the end of allotted 18 overs for the loss of 9 wickets. 96 it will be to win for Nigeria in the second innings. And quickly, they've got 10 minutes between these innings.
And you can see how things ended. Mohamed Nadir faced 6 balls and scored 11 runs. What a way to end. Nigeria need 96 runs. A quick match summary. Ochide Tuizenge, best batter for them, just like he was in the first game. 27 runs he scored off 45 balls. Emmanuel Sebareme, 13 runs off 16 balls. Captain Didier Indikubumana, 12 runs off 16 balls. And for the bowling for Nigeria, Isaac Okpe was the best bowler. 3 wickets for 30 runs in 4 overs. Chiemele Udekwe, 2 wickets for 17 runs in 3 overs. And Danladi Isaac, 1 wicket he had, considered 6 runs in 2 overs. And that's how things panned out for the match summary. Nigeria needs 96 runs to win in 18 overs. That's averaging 5.3 per over. We'll be back for the second innings of this entertaining game between Nigeria and Thanks for joining us for the second innings of the first game for day 4, match 7 of the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet. Big thanks to our other sponsors, SPORTSBOX, Sparkle, Lagos State Government, Nigerian Cricket Federation. The target for Nigeria is 96. In 18 overs. That's approximately 5.3 and over. The usual suspects open for Nigeria. Daniel Ajekum from the non-strikers end, and Sulaiman Rushewe, the second highest run scorer at this tournament. Mohamed Nadir will be opening bowling for Rwanda.
So Jeku on strike. Launching with Sulaiman. Nadir into the attack from the Court of Appeal end. No easy call. End of the first over. It's 1-4. The loss of no wicket. Mohamed Nadir. 5 dot balls and a single. Brilliant bowling from him.
Endurance. Sulaiman has got 1 run in addition to the 99 he has, making it 100. Is some 13 runs shy of Hamza Khan, the leading run scorer, with 113 runs. What are your expectations of Sulaiman, who sometimes have a lopsided performance? Yesterday, he scored just 4 runs. The previous day, he had not out from ball 1 to the final ball.
Well, I think he's such a brilliant performer. I think he was unlucky playing across a fuller one yesterday. Uh, let's see how he goes. He's been in form from Kigali. I've been saying this. The confidence is very high. Let's hope he doesn't hold back today. It will be Rukiriza Emilie from the pavilion end to Ronchewe. This time he goes big, finds the gap. Will it go all the way? Yes, it is. What a shot! The touch of it. Achidagba, that's what I'm telling you about. The confidence, if he's hitting it, he hits it clean. And that's the most informed batter for Nigeria. He won't hold back.
Says it all. The statistics says it all.
He won't hold back. It's quite impressive to see how he has decided to go after this. He goes across it, keeper coming under it. Again, he's gone after a boundary. Yesterday, the same thing. Played a nice boundary and then departs.
Endurance, you can't play like this. There must be some level of consistency in whatever you do. Yesterday, he got out in the first over after scoring 4 runs. Today, he got out in the first over after hitting a ball for a 6. There must be some level of consistency. If you have been picked as Nigeria's opening batter, you must be able to do some things that will give you you open batting during those days. I'm sure with this kind of performance you will not be too happy with what Sulaiman is churning out. He's falling behind Hamza Khan by virtue of not scoring up to that number of runs, but I'm sure a lot needs to be done by Sulaiman. They need to speak to him. You can't play like this.
Well, it's quite unfortunate. I mean, one would expect that you probably just try to nudge it around after getting first ball 6, because again the pressure was on the bowler, not you. It's unfortunate it ended that way, but that's what it is. It's Akere, it's Cecile, the man who's playing for the first time in this tournament. He goes for a booming drive.
Great communication between Daniel and Akere. And for people from Edo State, the Southwest, no, yes, sorry, Edo is South, I beg your pardon. Akere looks like the name of a twin. We have Odion and we have Akere.
Well, I'll tell you what, viewers, this is Akere's 8th game for Nigeria, and he's had 6 innings, 3 not out, with 51 runs. He's been given an opportunity today. He needs to step up and take that opportunity. He had a brilliant knock against Ghana in Rwanda, and his end of over number 2 is 10 for 1. Sulaiman Ronchewe, the man who has departed.
Nadir is back.
They've got to contend with 3 more overs from Nade. And it's Akere. Dabs this one for 1. I think he's a quiet performer. Akere plays round his wicket. Slightly taller. And walks it around nicely. A fine cricketer who's developing by the day. Another dab, this time find the gaps. Convincing single. No is a call. 1 would do. Great running between the wickets. And good eyes on the money by Daniel Ajekun.
And you can see there that Easy does it for them. Their current run rate is 5.14. They need 84 runs in 94 balls. Easy does it at this stage. You look for the singles, and when the opportunity comes.
That is the Akere we talked about. He plays round the wicket. This looks like it's gone all the way. Yes, and it's a 6. Just a flick off the pads. Akere's got it in him.
And that was a missed opportunity there from Zapi Bimeimana.
Ajiragba, that was quite on the ropes. I think he didn't time the run properly. If he had just stood there, maybe his height would have helped him. But that's not the case here. Nearly a leading edge there. He needs to keep that face of the bat clearly. And an action. 78 more required. Off 92 deliveries. It's Akere versus Nade. He goes big. Yes, umpire Taiwo Oladunjoye convinced enough. Quick arms by captain wicketkeeper Didier. Not necessary again. Every time you get one big boundary, 2 singles, 8 already in that over. They just have to think about it, Ajidagba. They have to think about it. You get a boundary, you've got 2 singles. No more risks here. No, not need for the risks. You're not chasing 200.
You saw what happened yesterday against Ghana, where wickets were just tumbling, which was needless. The runs are ticking. You are scoring those runs. All you need to do is just to, be calm about it and think it through, rather than allowing your wickets to fall. 18 for 2 is not acceptable. Now they need 78 runs off 91 balls.
I'll tell you what, Ajidagba, let's not take anything off the bowlers. They've been bowling so well. They've just been unlucky with those 2 boundaries. I mean, Ronshaw, a brilliant shot there up front. And that flick by Isesele. The bowlers have been fantastic with the ball. They've kept it tight. Take away those 12 runs and you will see just 6 for 2. But so far, the current run rate is 6.3. Nigeria well above the required run rate. Eight runs from the over and a wicket. Now they will be happy with this one. He got his man. Yes, what a stroll on. Sheson Adedeji in and on the mark. It's end of over number 3 and it's 19 for 2.
Daniel is still there. And Sheson has just come on. Sheson is the leading run scorer for Nigeria. Sulaiman Rushewe and Akere Isesele have both lost their wickets, 8 and 7 respectively. They've contributed most runs.
31 games. And match number 32 for Sheson Adedeji. 30 innings, 556 runs with a highest score of 68. The man will be looking to dominate today. He's been here and there through this tournament. And this is match number 4 for him. Dabs that one through to Silly Slips region.
Emilie Rukiriza and Mohamed Nadi have both got 1 wicket each. Don't forget, it's 18 overs. Sensible cricket there. Endurance credit must go to our sponsor Dafabet and by extension Nigerian Cricket Federation for putting this together. And I'm sure that with the umpires that have come from outside the country, the likes of David Odiambo from Kenya and Ibrahim Kabia from Sierra Leone, this is going to be rated by ICC, and whoever wins this competition or comes second should rub off on the country's rankings.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ajidagba, every game in this tournament counts for all these countries participating. The points are on and everyone wants to go up the ranking, so every country is looking forward to opportunities against fellow associate nations of the ICC. So it's a big thing happening here in Lagos. No game will be left unaccounted for. Daniel Ajekun tries to go big on that one. Umpire Taiwo Oladunjoye, sure, it's a wide.
This second game for Taiwo at the senior level for male. His first game was against Sierra Leone.
This time short half tracker. The man in the deep comes into play. Comfortable 2 runs by these batters.
From teams that have not faced each other in a long while to teams that would get into each other's faces in this competition. They will have lots of games to play, and the battle is not done yet. They resume this rivalry again in Windhoek, Namibia from the 20th of November, because these 2 countries playing are among the 7 countries that will be jostling for 2 tickets for USA and West Indies for the T20I World Cup.
It's a good, big opportunity for them to get used to themselves. But at the end of the day, it's the beauty of the game. Playing time, playing opportunity, and the players and countries are happy with them. Hits that hard straight to Hamza Khan at point.
Hamza will be delighted about the wicket of Sulaiman.
Wagon wheel there. The graph shows Nigeria slightly ahead on run rate. It's Kabare who takes over from the Court of Appeal end. Shout out to the fans out there. They call them Coco. Sebareme, perhaps, will take over from the Court of Appeal end. (25-2) after 4. It's a Jekun Daniel and Sheson Adedeji for Nigeria. 6 of 8 and 3 of 3 respectively. On strike is Sheson with jersey number 99. Just to dab to backward of point. Seems to be a spin strategy here by the Rwandans. Might be paying off. Time will tell.
And they have a considerable number of them. Mohamed Nadir, Emilie Rukiriza, Emmanuel Sebareme,
And Kabare.
Kevin Irakoze. And they know this was what they used in the first game also, knowing that the pace wasn't really working. Nigerians were comfortable with that pace, brought on spinners and tried to, control the run rate then. Better bowling from Emmanuel Sebareme.
Plenty of thinking here to do for the batters. They have to keep the scoreboard ticking. Sheson Adedeji this time goes hard at it on the back foot through cover point. The man chases down. 2 runs already. Ajeku wants a third noisy call by Sheson Adedeji. That was slightly short. And Sheson climbed on that one. Continue to seek inroads here, Rwanda. Good dab. This time straight to the fielder. At a deep slip cordon. It's Nadir who came into play. Just 2 runs from that over. And it's end of over number 5, 27-2.
The wicket of Suleiman Rushewe and Akere Isesele. Both for batting and for bowling, Captain Didier Inkwibumana decided to change things. Mohamed Nadir and Rukiriza Emile have got 1 wicket each after 2 overs. He changed things for batting. He also changed things for bowling. In the first game against Nigeria on October 4, 2023, which was a lovely Wednesday, the duo that opened batting were Eric Duzingizimana and Didier himself. But today, he decided to go with Ochide Tuizenge and Eric. And for bowling, the duo that opened bowling from the Court of Appeal and the Pavilion end respectively were pace bowlers Zapi Bimeyimana and Martin Akayezu. But today he has gone with Mohamed Nadir and Emile Rukiriza. The man I talked about is back. In the previous game, he had 1 wicket, considered 27 runs in 4 overs. Good start from Daniel Ajekum. Both of them have similar heights. And they know each other so well.
Martin Akayezu from the pavilion end of the TBS Cricket Oval. And we'll be bowling to Sheson Adedeji. Big drive this time through cover point. Fielder comes around from the dip. It would just be 2. Captain Didier making sure. And they get a third.
It's a gift that keeps giving. What we did for you, you must do for us. It's not sacrosanct, but that's what we just saw. A period where Nigeria made 1 run become 2 also. Later this afternoon, it will be the turn of Ghana, who have won 2 and lost 1, against Sierra Leone, who are winless in 3.
Shorten there for the taking. But Ajekun Daniel wasn't quick enough for that.
Waiting for Taiwo's arm to go up. The hand has gone up, signaling a wide. Added to the runs that Nigeria has scored, they are on 32 runs for loss of 2 wickets. 5.3 overs gone. 18 overs is what has been allotted owing to slight showers that came down this morning.
Great shot through the cover point area. This will go all the way. What a shot. What a response from Adeku Daniel. Don't show me that. That's textbook made. Over pitch delivery. And Adeku haven't been denied. A few too many would take that one.
Absolutely. And Andy, from your experience, if he continues like this, bringing in pace bowlers for this duo, they would end this game even before the 18th over.
I agree with you. Ajidagba, I would have thought they would stick on with the spin bowling because we're getting wicked. They just have to avoid those odd boundaries. No ball is a call, and this time they got a single there. That's 2 runs from that delivery. He has to come back again. $60 runs required.
The current run rate is way above what is required. They are on 6.35, and the required is 4.70. So they are way ahead. 58 runs in 74 balls.
Big booming drive there. Swings and misses. Sheson Adedeji.
That opportunity of that no ball. That was great thinking from Martin Akayezu.
Another booming drive. This time finds a gap. Sheson Adedeji. A classical trademark. What a shot. The faster, the better. And the kids are happy. That is what they came to see on the weekend. What a way to celebrate that boundary. Beautiful sight to behold at the Tafabala Square Cricket Oval. And it's end of Nigeria climbing the end of the 6th over. 15 runs in that over. Expensive one.
Six overs gone. 42 runs. For loss of 2 wickets, they need 54 runs in 72 balls. Emmanuel Sebareme will be coming from the Court of Appeal end. But Andy, I'm tempted to leave Nigeria and go to India. And our eye in India is Agarese, who will be keeping us up to speed about what's happening between South Africa and Sri Lanka. The sole Africa representative. It's safe to say Agarese is a soothsayer. She projected 300 for South Africa. But guess what? Where are the South Africans? The microphone locates you, Agarese. Take us through.
Thank you, Sheun. I think it's okay to say if you want to predict your games, you can just call on me and I'll let you know.
No, so what are you feeling like? No, what are you feeling like? Did you have to say that I should call on you?
The scores speak for itself. I don't have to say much.
How has the South Africans fared?
So far, so good. They've been on top of their game with 352 runs for the loss of 4 wickets is really good.
Yes, and Quintin de Kock, the left-hand batter, scoring exactly 100 runs from 84 balls, which included 12 fours and 3 sixes, a strike rate of 119.05. Vander Dusen, 108 from 110 balls, 13 fours and 2 sixes, a strike rate of 98.18. And from the way Markram is batting presently with David Miller, it's looking like Markram can just be the third player to also get to century. Is on 84 runs. But something is happening on the field. Sheson Adedeji and Daniel are still batting. So, looking at where we are quickly, where do you think they will eventually be? They are on 44 overs going into the 45th over. Where do you think they will eventually finish on? They are on 353 runs. Can they get 400?
Well, if they continue playing on this current run rate, I think they can.
And see,
believe so.
from the field, you saw in Nigeria here at the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Over, the young chaps enjoying themselves and having a feel of everything going on. Agarese will call on you once again. I know it's safe for me to say Octopus Agarese. You can predict and predict very well.
Thank you, Sheun.
Okay, that makes you happy. 43 for 2, 6.4 overs gone.
Always good to have those lovely voices coming once in a while to make us happy.
Not all voices, but sonorous voices. You have to put emphasis on sonorous.
What a way to give that one. 43 for 3, 6.5 overs. Sheson Adedeji would head back to the boundary. The needed breakthrough for Rwanda.
Sheson has not really gotten into his strides. We are still waiting for the Sheson that usually lights up tournaments. Dan Ladi, Isaac is coming on, and you can see the comparison between Rwanda and Nigeria. That of the Rwanda is yellow and that of blue is Nigeria. Nigeria are on 43 for loss of 3 wickets. They need to keep batting and form a formidable partnership that we have not really seen. Another opportunity for Dan Ladi to prove his mettle. Last ball of the second over of Sebareme. And that was the first for Isaac Danladi. He just plays it back on the ground. No run. Two of them having a conversation. And I'm sure one of the many things they will be saying to themselves is it's imperative that we form partnership. The man with the most wickets at this tournament is coming on to bowl. Unfortunately, Peter Aho could not get any wicket today. This is Kevin Kabare Irakoze.
Seems the Rwandans had me. With a spin back on. And it's 53 from 63 deliveries required. Just well above the required run rates. 53 from 64.
Endurance, spin is not just an African problem. I think it's a global problem. I remember your days back in 2013 at the Botswana Cricket Over 1 against Kuwait. In the first game you played against Kuwait in Lobate.
Amazing sweep shot there. 1-0 is the call.
It was a bit of a rout, but coming back in the final, you were coming from one end, Sean Phillips was coming from another end, and you have one pace and one spin, Saeed Akolade and Joshua Ogunlola.
Well, I can tell you very well, it's the situation of the game that determines what decisions captains will make. I mean, spin is always very useful when you have them on your side. It's important you keep them in play and involve them. Just as we can see Kabari coming from the pavilion end, but this time is a wide. Ajidagba, I'll tell you what, from this game we've seen today, we've seen that Nigerians are scoring really quick when it comes to medium paces, and so it's good thinking from Didier to ensure that he slows things down, and Kabari is not far from doing that. Every time they've done that, they've gotten a wicket, and it tells you what they need to think about. So if I was captain today, I probably would keep going until you try and get the tailenders in. Who knows, anything can happen. It's cricket. Low totals are defendable at times.
Brilliant from Endurance. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. The fans are excited. Sebareme thought he could get hold of that, but unfortunately, what a way to end that over. 49 for 3, 8 overs gone, 10 more to go. As at the 8th over for Rwanda, they scored 7 runs, and Nigeria just scored 6 in that over. Later today, for match 8, day 4 of the West Africa Trophy, sponsored by Dafabet, it will be Sierra Leone who are winless against Ghana. And that's it on your screen. Lots of games to be played by these 4 teams. What a great tournament this has turned out to be. And maybe going forward, we should have many more of these tournaments to shape. Oh, shots.
Daniel Ajeko having a field day. Short pitch delivery from Nadir, who comes back to seek a breakthrough for Rwanda. If they can get through this middle order and get Ajeko They might just be lucky. Still to bat is the Okpe brothers, Peter Hall, Mohamed Taiwo.
Karim Ridwan.
Great dab into the goalie region. Just one run. Dan Ladi Isaac. Jesse number 70. That young man. Plenty of talent.
You can say that again.
From Kaduna.
A state where one of our finest umpires, Habib Amoto Enesi, is from. A state where we have the Okwe brothers also from.
Very good shot. Rocks back and hit it through to mid-on. He wants his second. No easy call. Brilliant call. That would have been a run out. Good thinking. Very good thinking by Dan Ladi. Takes 2 to run.
Yeah, but endurance, you also have to say that the first run by Dan Ladi wasn't that quick. Daniel was quicker, but like you always say, it takes 2 to run.
Wide delivery, this time from Nade. Ajidagba, I agree with you. But again, that was going straight to the fielder. We're talking of the after play.
And you know, Daniel is close to the ground. So he runs briskly, just like endurance those days when he was just starting out as a cricketer.
Well, I managed some heights this time around. All this PS through the man at goalie will be easy to.
Sebareme is just giving out some runs from where he's fielding from. But the Nigerian team will take it any day, anytime. Endurance, I've been tempted to ask you, what was going through your head at the Willowmore Cricket Ground against Tanzania when Tanzania needed 7 runs to win a T20 overs game, and that was the last over. You had a bit of consultation with Sean Phillips, but eventually handed the ball to Saeed Akolade. What was going through your head that day?
Well,
maybe an opportunity to share this wonderful experience of yours. And what was the most challenging decision you took as a captain?
Well, this time he goes big. Is he coming all the way man behind it but couldn't get to it? Nigeria would take that boundary. Great shot by Dan Ladi Isaac. Oh, that's a toss. That's a toss going on between Ghana and Sierra Leone. The second game, Captain Samson Awea.
Kwasi Awea.
George Ngeba.
Yes.
Third umpire there,
Habib
Enesi
Amoto.
and Tonye Timinadi.
They will give us a feedback of what eventually happened, who won the toss, and what the person has decided to do. That was ingenious from the organizers in ensuring that we don't delay.
It's halfway through this innings and it's 59 for 3 after 9 overs. 37 required from 54 balls. Ajidagba, you asked that tough question earlier as a captain. So many things inform your decisions. The game situations, the opposition you have in the game. But I'll tell you what, one of the finest and the toughest one is always going to be the moment Nigeria qualified for the World League. He goes hard and across this time like a paddle sweep to mid-on. It's a Jekun Daniel on 17 from 22 deliveries. Nigeria moves to 60 for 3.
Emile Rukiriza is into his third over, but has 1 wicket to his credit.
Brilliant cricket, this.
Brilliant and sensible, to be precise.
Emilia who continues. Umpire not interested.
For loss of 3 wickets. 9.4 overs. 18 is the overs. Endurance, the man who has played the most innings for Nigeria at this tournament is Daniel Ajekun.
Well, he's been given the opportunity with Ashmit missing in the top order. I think he has to work extremely hard. Another paddle sweep to deep mid wicket. Would just be for one.
And Endurance, what I meant by that is the batter that has stayed longer has to be Daniel Ajekun for Nigeria.
Cumulatively, yes. Ajidagba. Required is 34 48 deliveries. Nigeria coasting through quietly. But this is cricket. You don't want to take passengers. Anything can happen. 2 quick wickets. We could be in trouble. This partnership has produced 19 runs. 12 of them from Dan Ladi and 5 from Daniel Ajekun. Sebareme Emmanuel continues from the Court of Appeal end. Daniel looking confidence in this one. Nothing to worry about, no pressure. Just have to keep grinding, scrambling, scratching the surface until they get to the required total for Nigeria. And it's Emmanuel too. He rocks back this time. The man has shot mid-wicket. Hamza Khan comes into play. Misses that one. Captain Didier. Feels like there was a sneak around there.
Great from Sebareme. And you can see from his statistics presently, it's quite impressive.
That's another wide. Umpire Kendi Olabinwonu, very clear about that.
That's one of the umpires you get to see in Windhoek, Namibia for the final qualifier.
Well above the required run rate. Keeping mid-wicket in play.
Good stop there from Hamza.
This time rocks back, but man in the deep comes into play. Will just be one. Nothing to worry about here, Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Cruising
the partnership
quietly.
is very, very important endurance.
Well, again, this is cricket. You know what we say, one big 3 wickets over changes proceedings. But at the moment, it is Dan Ladi Isaac who faces Emmanuel. Swings and misses that one again. That's end of the over. 64 for 3. 7 of us to come here with 32 runs left.
While you have Daniel Ajekun stay long in the batting crease, one of the many things he needs to work on is the dot balls that are usually more than the runs scored. Faced 31 balls and scored just 19 runs. Back again. In his first over, considered just 6 runs. Didn't get any wickets. The man with the most wickets at this tournament, Kabare Kevin Irakoze. I'm sure other guys like Peter Aho, Obed Harvey would not want him to get wickets. So they can catch up. No run. He's the only one with 7 wickets. The others have 6 wickets. Peter Aho of Nigeria, Obed Harvey of Ghana, and Martin Akayezu. Oh, brilliant run.
Amazing run in between the wicket by these two quick legs. This Kabare again who continues from the pavilion end. Clear skies.
We said it, Endurance, our biggest sponsor is our creator, God Almighty.
Shot. He rocks back and pulls that one.
But unfortunately did not get to the desired destination. But he wouldn't mind 1 run. Ajekun is on 22.
Everything seems to be bringing results for Nigeria. Perhaps Rwanda would just wished they had had 20 more runs to this. Things might be different, but at the moment, it's Nigeria who are confident. That's a wide. Plus the runs. Big shot. But umpire Taiwo Ladunjoye not interested. Shot, it rocks back. The man in the deep comes into play. It will just be a single to Dan Ladi Isaac and Nigeria. It's end of the 13th over. And it's 72 for 3.
$25 runs from 36 balls. Muhammad Nadir. Coming from the Court of Appeal end. Hamza Khan, that fielding was unnecessary. Looks like someone who is disinterested. But Nigeria won't mind.
It's Nade into his last over versus Daniel Ajeku. Dabs it for 1.
Danladi is on 100 and above strike rate. This duo would love to finish this game. You don't necessarily have to get those big shots. You could get those singles, and when those opportunity comes, you make good use of them.
Brilliant cricket here from Daniel and Danladi.
Didi.
Can say that again. 22 from just above the required run rate. 21 from 32 balls. 4 singles in this over. Just a dab towards short fine leg for 1. This is very good cricket by the double D, Daniel and Danladi.
Eric tried to pick that ball, but he didn't get his balancing right. Andy, what do you think will be going through the head of Sulaiman Rushewe now that this was there for me to just, score a lot of runs and go on top of the leaderboard in batting?
Well, he's got 6 more innings after this to worry about that. But I think what is important is for him to understand how he's gotten out on 2 occasions wide. They ran for that one. There's 2 runs added to the total. I tell you, there is no single need whatsoever to worry about the games. They've gone. What you try to do as a top order batsman is learn from your past games and go forward, ensuring you don't make same mistakes. And where we have a problem is when people start making similar mistakes. The last ball from his over. Brilliant rock back. Hits that through covers. He wants a second. Yes, he will get it. He's safe. As the end of the spell from Mohamed Nadi. 1 for 29 from 4 overs. Not a bad bowling figures. Partnership of 37.
And then that's what we have always clamored for. It's imperative that batters build partnership. And when you build partnership, your eyes become clearer in the batting crease. You can see the balls better. You can score those runs. You can take those singles. And you can, get to have more conversation with your batting partner. Who was your favorite batting partner during your days as a cricketer with the national team?
I'll tell you what, when you have guys like Shegun Olayinka,
Banju,
who just stays there and hit the ball and you relax. But some of the finest innings I've had with Shegun Olayinka, a 180 runs partnership against Cayman Island. I remember that. And the one with Doug Dippet against Ghana, Dotun Olatunji. I'll tell you what, I watched him score 50 runs. The first 50 runs came off 80 balls and the next 50 came off just 20 balls. And he got 122 from that game against Ghana. We chased down 250 in Botswana. Those are 2 innings I won't forget. And of course, the one with Jide Bejide in Kuala Lumpur against Genzer, where we were 5-4-10, and Jide walked in at number 6, and we had that long partnership. He was on 84 when the rain came down, and that match was abandoned. I only got 27 of 82 deliveries. It was brilliant bowling by the Genzer bowlers. But again, those are things you remember and say, yes, you did. I paid your dues. Those are the batting charts for you. Double figures there from Sheson Adedeji, 12 of 14. Dan Ladi Isaac, 19 of 16. And Ajekun Daniel presently on 24 of 36 deliveries.
Martin Akayezu. The man on 6 wickets, just one shy of his teammate, Kevin Kabare Irakoze.
We're drawing closer to the end of this innings. The required run rate is 3, but Nigeria presently on 6. Not what the fans in Kigali want to see, but I'll tell you what, the home fans are quite happy with this. There will be ups and down moments through this tournament. The most important thing is that these Rwandan guys have learnt, and with a victory against Sierra Leone yesterday, is something to cheer about. And I tell you what, just what Hamza Khan said yesterday, I am proud, and I thank the Rwanda Cricket Association for this opportunity. This is his 4th match, and he's done well. Head is up, head up, high. And this time, a simple dab through the slips cordon. More runs for Nigeria.
More importantly, more runs for Daniel Ajekun. Hamza Khan is on 113 runs, if my memory serves me right. Sulaiman Rushewe is on 106. And Daniel Ajekun has gone up with the 26 runs he has. He is on 98. 2 shots, he will get to 100. And I'm sure he'll be hoping and praying he achieves that. And probably surpass that of his teammates and his opening bat, Sulaiman Rushewe. Daniel Ajekun. He knew, and you could see him walking out feeling distraught.
That wicket for Rwanda, well, something to cheer home about if you're back in Kigali. It's 84 for 4. Perhaps coming late. But hey, Martin Akayezu got that breakthrough. And it's Ajekun Daniel who departs.
Endurance, quite unfortunate for Daniel Ajekun. He was on 98, his total score. The man with the leading run got up to 98 and he lost his week.
Hamza Khan, I would love to see a lot of runs in this tournament. That is what we're here to see, and that is what we wish for. It's Karim Redwan who've been sent in to make this job look easier.
And with that wicket of Daniel Ajekun, debarring him from scoring 2 to add 2, he's already acquired 98 runs. Martin Akayezu joined his teammate Kevin Kabare Irakoze as the leading wicket takers. That wicket he got took him to 7.
12 runs from 24 balls required. Bowling figures there for you. It's all been single digits wicket taking. Nade, Emile, Emmanuel, and Martin Akayezu. With Emmanuel Sebareme, quality, economy rate 1.6.
Danladi Isaac and Karim will hope to finish this game. Now comes the man who opened bowling on October 4, 2023, Zappy Bimeimana. Coming from the Court of Appeal end. Credit must go to the 2 umpires for today from Nigeria. Taiwo Oladunjoye making his second appearance in a T20 male competition. His debut was against Sierra Leone on October 5. A lovely Thursday. And of course, Kehinde Olambiwonu both have something in common. They just recently passed their level 3 CSA umpire course.
Decent pace there by Zappy. This time to young Karim. Young man is going to contend with this. Good pace here from the tall man. Lanky. Interesting show.
In Nigeria, during your playing days, who does Zappy remind you of when you are still captain in the side?
I'll tell you maybe 2 of them. Joshua Ogunlola. Oh, you have the little tall, lanky Kunle Adegbola.
Oh, former captain also. I love Kunle Adegbola. Great all-rounder. Great all-rounder.
Brilliant bowling here by Zappy. The man knows what he wants.
And what can you say, Andy, about Saeed Akolade?
I think he's a brilliant young star.
Those days, the way he sets his field.
Those are days of 50-over cricket. Brilliant piece of bowling here by Zappy. You can't take anything away from this tall, lanky, slanky bowler. Why? 11 runs required from 19 deliveries. I tell you what, I've seen cases like this. This game could drag a bit
longer than we bargained for.
Wait is a call. It's been 5 dot balls from this over. 1 run from that over. Not what you want to be doing at the moment.
Absolutely.
Danladi Isaac will have to take ownership this time. He has to decide. You can see the 11 from 18 deliveries. Just 5-6 dot balls without a boundary might just create some shaky starts for this Nigerian dugout. But let's see what these boys come with.
They will be hoping that the bowler who is coming from the pavilion end can replicate what Zappy Bimeimana just did, and that would swing the pressure back to Nigeria. They don't want this victory to come cheap for Nigeria. Yes, they lost the first game by 54 runs, but they don't want this to come cheap for Nigeria. And the assignment is rested upon the shoulders of Martin Akayezu, who has bowled 2 overs, had 1 wicket, and considered 19 runs.
Big shout.
Big
Umpire
shout.
not interested. I'll tell you what. We have all but 2 fielders outside the inner ring. Inside the inner ring. They're working hard. Brilliant cricketers, these Rwandans. And they're ensuring they don't give any singles. 1 at deep square leg. 1 at third man. Every other one in the ring. Captain Didier ensuring they work extremely hard for 11 runs to come. This is where you don't want to be.
But this is quite risky for them.
They're
Yes, the bowlings are good, but this is quite risky for Rwanda also.
That is what I'm telling you about. See there, that is what we're talking about at Jidagba. The whole idea of this kind of captaincy is to force you to take risks, right? They know if they just keep bowling, Nigeria would win. So what would you do as a captain? Pull everyone in, force the batters to try to go over the top. That was a risky run. If Khan had gotten up on time, there would have been a run out there and pressure back to the Nigerian side.
Even at this stage, there seems to be some pressure somewhere where you need 10 runs from 16 balls. Yes, what is required, they are getting more than what they have, but there's pressure somewhere.
That's it, in the air, but safe. Hamza Khan into play. Ajidagba, 10 required from 9 required from 15 deliveries. That is the pressure you want to put up. You want to force the batters to do something different. If you're the captain of the fielding side, why are you going defensive? You better attack. Put the pressure up. Force the batter to think something else. And who knows, you might just be lucky and create those chances. See what we're talking about. Swinging and missing by Danladi Isaac. All you need at this point is just bat on ball. Bat on ball. Keep trying to find the gaps on the field and running those singles. That's all you need. You need not flash unless it's there for the takers.
Absolutely. Coming from someone who has seen 99 and 100 means nothing to him. Played the game to the highest level. Captain Nigeria at several international competitions. And now doing more of administrative. No movement. And that's what he's just telling you. In local parlance, we say, now we dey run this town. Don't gag me, don't cage me. He finally unlocks himself. You can see the ecstatic children. These are Generation Next. These guys in the next future will be the ones representing Nigeria. We knew how Ridwan Abdulkarim started, and quite a lot of them, Tunde Ayinde. You can continue to wax lyrical about those names. They all started out like this.
Brilliant shot again. It goes this time through point. What a shot from Danladi Isaac. This time he didn't just swing his bat. He took his time, timed the ball, full face of the bat, through there. The scores have leveled up now.
At this stage, endurance. At this stage, no disrespect to the Rwandan team. I can bring in my mom to come and bat. 1 run needed from 12 balls. Was I overboard with that?
Trust me, 1 run required from 12 deliveries.
But you heard what I just said.
I heard that, Ajidagba. I heard that. Stay tuned. It will be Ghana versus
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone in 20 minutes' time. One required.
Zappi had a good first over.
Ajidagba, I tell you what, when you see those youngsters at the pavilion, guess who they're cheering for? That is the community where Ridwan Karim comes from.
Absolutely.
So you can understand the cheering there every time the ball comes to his bat. And it goes big. What a way, this kid. What a way. You don't want to see this. Hit really hard. Over deep square leg.
What a six!
What a shot. What a way to end this innings.
Endurance! There will be excitement in Edo State. There will be excitement in Kano. There will be excitement in Ogun State. There will be excitement in Lagos State. How can you leave out Kebbi? To put it into proper context, the 36th state of the Federation will be ecstatic. Over 200 million Nigerians will be delighted about this youngster who made his senior debut for Nigeria on October 26, 2021 at the Unilag Cricket Oval during a bilateral series with Sierra Leone. Congratulations, Karim Ridwan, making your people proud. Up Lagos Island, up Lagos Island, up Lagos State, and up Nigeria. Captain of the under-19 team. Game done and dusted. And on your screen is the match summary. For Rwanda, when they were batting, Ochide Tuizenge, 27 runs for 45 balls. Emmanuel Sebareme, 13 runs of 16 balls. Didier Captain Ikwibumana, 12 runs of 16 balls. And for the bowling for Nigeria, Isaac Okwe, 3 wickets in 30 runs conceded in 4 overs. Chiemele Udekwe, 2 wickets, 17 runs in 3 overs. Danladi Isaac, 1 wicket in 6 runs conceded, and of course 2 overs. And for the batting for Nigeria, Danladi Isaac led the pack, 31 runs of 24 balls. Ajeku Daniel, 26 runs of 39 balls. Sheson Dedeji, 12 runs of 14 balls. And for the bowling, Muhammad Nadil, 1 wicket, 29 runs in 4 overs. Rookie Riza Emilie, 1 wicket, 18 balls, 3 overs. Emmanuel Sebareme, 1 wicket, 5 runs conceded in 3 overs. Nigeria win this by 6 wickets. Congratulations. We'll stay tuned for the next game. Ghana, who have won 2 and lost 1, and Sierra Leone, who are yet to win. Presentation up next. nothing less about this brilliant Rwandan side for giving up a spirited fight. At this juncture, I would like to invite the captain of the Rwandan national team, Didier Indikwibumana. Didier,
Yes, sir.
when you won the toss, you set a target of 130, but you fell short of that target. What happened when you were batting in the first innings?
We tried to set the score, but the score was not much. So the pitch was slow a bit, so that's why we set the low score.
Didier, you have lost twice to Nigeria, won 54 runs today, 6 wickets. I'm sure you have another opportunity to play them. What message do you have for Nigeria?
So what I can tell them is we are still here. Well, we have prayers, so we have games. So what can tell them? So we are still here to fight.
Thank you very much, Didier. You just heard the captain of Rwanda, Didier Indikwibumana. We are still here in Nigeria. We will fight this out and wrestle it away from the team that has inflicted 2 losses against us. But I'm proud to invite the victorious captain, who is unblemished at this tournament, Sylvester Okpe. Sylvester, 4 out of 4. How excited are you?
We're very excited as a team. It gives us good boost into going forward for more into the tournament.
What message do you have for other teams? Do you intend to drop any game?
Well, like I said earlier before the tournament started, we're looking to take every game as it comes. We're not rushing any game, so we take every game bit by bit. So anything that happens in any other game, it's fine.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, you just heard the captain of Nigeria, Sylvester Okpe. 1 game at a time. We will not rush things, but we'll celebrate the 4 out of 4 that we've just gotten. I want to invite the third umpire for today, Olumide Akintokun, as we make presentation to the player of the match for today. And our player of the match is from the winning side, Nigeria, all the way from Kaduna State, Nigeria, Danladi Isaac. Danladi Isaac, congratulations.
Thank you a lot.
How excited are you winning the player of the match?
I'm very, very happy. First of all, I would say thank you to my team that make me to play the way I am now. Thank you very much.
And you want to win many more player of the match?
By God's grace.
Thank you very much, Danladi Isaac.
Thanks a lot.
Well, that's the size of the package. You've heard from Didier Indikwibumana, the captain of Rwanda, who will continue to fight. And you heard from the captain of Nigeria, Sylvester Okpe. We want to take it 1 game at a time. And of course, Danladi Isaac, the player of the match, said, I would love to win many more, but I need to put in a lot of hard work. My name is Oluwaseun Ajidagba, and this is the West Africa Trophy, proudly sponsored by Dafabets.